So, today I'd like to talk about competitive Nerf and why I think the game type that I've created, X-Start, is the future of our sport. So I'd like to start by explaining the rules of X-Start. If you'd like to see the official rules, they'll be linked in the description below. So X-Start is a game played with an equal number of teams where both teams will start with all of their barrels or their blaster tips touching one piece of cover that we call the breakout box. So both teams will hear a countdown from 5 when they have signaled they are ready, and then a beep signifying go. So each match consists of two 2-minute rounds where the teams will swap sides in between rounds, and you play till either the flag is hung or the time runs out, whichever comes first. To hang the flag, you must touch the enemy's breakout box while you're holding the flag. And to be clear, the way that this differs from game types like Flag Dash would be that you do not have to leave one enemy remaining when you hang the flag. You can absolutely kill the entire enemy team before you hang the flag. To clarify, you do not have to kill all of the enemy before hanging the flag, but you do get the most points by doing so. Speaking of points, let's go ahead and go over how you score points. So each enemy kill that your team gets, you get 1 point. For capturing the flag first or first touch of the flag, you also get a point. For hanging the flag on the enemy's breakout box, you get 3 points. So there also is a special condition of a domination point. So that meaning that you killed the entire enemy team, so killed all of them, no members of your team died whatsoever. You got the first touch and you hung the flag, all within the 2 minutes. And if that happens, then you're awarded an extra 2 points on top of that. So let's recap. In a situation of a 5v5, the most points that you can get in one round would be 11 points, meaning you killed all 5 enemies, so that's 5 points. You got the first touch, so that's an extra point, that's 6 points. You hung the flag, that would be 3 points, so that puts you at 9. And then you get a domination point of 2, so that would put you at 11. So now that we all know how to keep score, let's go over some of the rules. So like most other competitive Nerf games, I've kept the ammo count at 60 per round, 120 per match. So unlike most of the other game types, this is a non-communicating if you're shot game type. So if you are shot, you are no longer to communicate with your team whatsoever. Go to your kill box and you may not communicate, hand signals, nothing. That being said, there's also no coaching. So I know with Flag Dash, a lot of teams are used to having someone on the sideline and yell out to them constantly. We're not having any coaching with this new game type. So with X-Start, I've also implemented a penalty system. So in the event that, let's say, a ref calls you hit and you don't exit the field immediately, then that is what we call a minor penalty. So the ref will then pull you and then pull the closest teammate to you off of the field. You are both now dead, and the other team gets the points for you guys being killed. So other than minor penalties, we also have major penalties. So major penalty would be something like if a ref sees you get shot in your forehead and you don't call your hit, they're going to call a major penalty, and then they're going to pull you and the 2 closest teammates to you off of the field. This is just to encourage fair play, right? A major would only be in somewhere where they know you felt the hit. You got hit right in the head, the shoulder, right, in the stomach if you're not wearing any gear there. And that is all up to the head ref's discretion. So you may be asking, sounds like a lot of fun, but what are the FPS limits? So I've kept the same FPS limits that we know in most of our competitive Nerf, which is going to be 250 for any Springer and 200 for any electric blaster. That includes ABs, flywheels, anything that has a battery. Its FPS limit is going to be 200. So anyone with the experience in the sports would know that this is heavily inspired by Speedsoft and Speedball, obviously. I have a background in both, and I think that it would be good for our sport to get just a little closer to those other sports as well. I still love the difference in Nerf. It's so fun. But also I think that it'd be great for someone who maybe plays Speedsoft to come over and the rules be so similar that it wouldn't be a big transition. Ultimately, my goal was just to try to grow the sport. That's all I want to do, is get more people out there playing, more teams, more variety. And so I think it's so much easier for everyone to be able to hop onto the sport that they kind of already know, where maybe the blaster is just different, right? Versus having to learn a whole new game type and strategy like Flag Dash. Let's be clear, I love Flag Dash. I think it's great. So the first time that Dart Royalty went to BPOC and played, we did really well, I thought, for our first tournament for Flag Dash, but also we ran into the event where we were killing the enemy most of the time and getting elims, but we were losing because we weren't getting the flag first. And so, you know, the game type really makes it, and it's such a unique strategy that you really have to practice the game type in order to be good at it. So I'm just trying to create a game type where people who are familiar with the game type that I'm creating can come over and play Nerf, and they already know the game type. So I've had the opportunity now twice to run my game type. One at a local soccer field, indoor soccer field that I had my inflatables that I blew up, and we played in a very small field. It was crazy fun. You know, I think what I find with a lot of people is they hear the fact that there's no coaching and there's no communicating when you're dead, and they get bummed out, but it's because that they haven't maybe played all of the game types that involve that. And so when people came and played it, I think they learned to really like it. You know, I can think of a few occasions where we were playing and there's one person left on the field alive and they can't find the flag, right? It's somewhere on the field, it's there, but they can't find it, and no one else on the sideline is allowed to tell them where it is. And so it's a battle against the clock to just find the flag and hang it, even though you're the last person standing. Just hang it, right? Can't find it. And so it creates really funny events. The second time that I ran it was at an outdoor speedball field, and boy was that amazing. So that was just last weekend. I'll be doing it again in the middle of December, and this is 2024 for anyone who's watching it in the future. And we play at Southern Maryland Paintball in Southern Maryland, obviously. And they've been gracious enough to really let us come in once a month as Dart Royalty and have a team practice. And we've had another team, Friend Fire, who has graciously volunteered to be our training partners, which is great. So they come in, and every now and again I imagine we're going to have other teams come in and train with us, just because it's such a cool occasion where we get to play on speedball fields, and yeah, super fun. So obviously I don't think that X-Dart is going to take over the Nerf community, especially in the competitive field. I think what makes us special is that we do have so many game types that we play as competitive Nerf players. That's what keeps it interesting, right? If you just kind of play one type, it gets a little boring after a while. So that being said, no, I don't think it's going to unify or take over the sport, but I do think that it is a great game to play competitively with people that are crossing over from other shooting sports. Just really easy for them to get their mind into it. But I'm curious, go ahead, if you could, leave a comment below and tell me what your favorite game type is for competitive Nerf play. What is it, King of the Hill, Flag Dash? Would you like to try X-Dart? So if you are interested in coming out and playing with us out at Southern Maryland Paintball, you should follow me over on Facebook, Stephen Shelton, and I post events. I make sure that everyone's up to date on when I'm posting events. Pretty rare, normally only once a month, right? So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. It's a little different. It's going to be a lot of editing intensive, and I understand that. Please, if you've enjoyed it, like the video. If you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make a video every week, and so I'll keep trying to push that out, like this video right here. Obviously it's cold outside. I don't want to go outside and play Nerf right now. Also, I've got a really busy weekend. I have no time to do that, so I figured I'd shoot a video, explain what X-Dart is, and yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.